This is Art Television.
Samanta Chakkavaleshu Atra Gachantu Devata Saddhammang Munirajas Sunantu Saggamokkadang Dhammasavana Kalu Ayang Badanta Dhammasavana Kalu Ayang Badanta Dhammasavana Kalu Ayang Badanta. May all divine beings arrive here to listen to sublime Dhamma expounded by the fully enlightened one. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Order to the Supreme Buddha, the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened one. Meritorious devotees, Dhamma friends. First and foremost, may you all be well and happy. May all of you be able to have healthy life with the blessings of the Triple Gem, especially with the blessings of the relics enshrined in Mahasaya Ruanvali Pagoda, and also with the blessings of the Sri Ma Bodhi tree, and with the blessings of the tooth relic, the sacred tooth relic, and all the relics of the Supreme Buddha, and all the relics of the Arahats, and all the sacred places, and especially all divine beings, including God Sakra, 4 guardian gods, God Vishwakarma, and gods of the 6 heavens, and all the gods who are protecting our Sambuddha Sasana, dispensation, and this country, this nation, and the entire world. Because these days we all are afraid of one of the dangerous virus, that is corona or quarantine virus, because of which up to now at least thousands of persons have died, and it is still being spread and giving deaths, a lot of deaths to our human beings. Now, what is the kind of protection from this type of danger for human beings? So, in terms of the Supreme Buddha's teachings, what can we do about it? Now, at that time in Visala city, there was a famine, and due to that, 3 dangers arose. On that occasion, Supreme Buddha chanted that supreme discourse, that is, discourse of Ratana, that means Triple Gem, Ratana discourse. And that particular danger could be controlled and stopped due to that. Therefore, these days it is quite appropriate for you all to recite, chant this discourse at home. Not only in your home, but also in the places where you work, and in the places where you live, and especially where even when you are traveling in an aeroplane, in a ship, or in a vehicle on the road, or in any other place, it is quite appropriate for you to chant this spirit, because it gives you a power. That means power of the Buddha, power of the Dhamma, power of the Sangha. And it helps for us to get rid of this danger. And also another thing is Kanda Pirita, which has been generally explained or delivered by the Buddha due to dispel the some dangers of snakes. So that Pirita also, discourse also very important. Kanda Parita and Angulimala Parita. That means the what is called the how you make a truthful statement. Now Angulimala Thera made a truthful statement that will survive until the end of this eon. Kappattai Mahatejam Parittantam Banamahi. Therefore, this Pirita also very important Parita. Therefore, these Paritas, Sutras, are quite appropriate for you to chant these days. Now, at a time when the world is under a dangerous situation, it is our duty to give you spiritual advices. Because there are so many mundane advices. Now they are spreading all the time, sometimes on social media and also on other various media. Now they spread those ideas, but those are secular ideas. They are important in order to escape from this danger. But this spiritual ideology is the one which actually dispels the danger of this type of things. Now at that time we can remember in Sri Lanka there was a kind of disease, Raktasi. Raktasi means the eyes becomes red. Now at that time King Sirisangabo became a he was a virtuous king, one of the virtuous kings, and he observed 10 precepts, and then he made a great determination to end this danger, and finally he could do it. So spiritual kind of attendance on these type of dangers are quite appropriate. Unfortunately, some people don't believe these things. They tend to think only we can put an end to these type of things by material approach, not supramundane approach. Therefore, supramundane approach is the best one. Then material approach also come into operationalization smoothly. When we approach spiritually, then material approach also functions quite satisfactorily. That you have to understand. Now, even Western society and Western scientists, they also believe in this type of spiritual capacity. But some of the people still are unaware of these things. Even Sri Lankan Buddhists, so-called Buddhists, are unaware on the one hand, and they are not believing these things due to lack of unshakable confidence, saddha. That is why we always emphasize you have to cultivate saddha in your mind. Now you see, this is the danger of samsaric life. Now we all are facing a dangerous situation these days, the entire world, especially China and other countries. Now this will spread according to Japan. According to Japan, at least I think two-thirds of the population have a kind of damage. Yes, damage according to them. We don't know how these things are solved and how they take place. We don't know. We have no kind of divine eye to predict, but we can just understand there is a danger. Therefore, what we have to do is to now here, when there is a problem, we tend to practice Dhamma. Now that is not the appropriate methodology, appropriate way of following Supreme Buddha's teachings. Now when the danger arises, people tend to follow Dhamma. Now that is not the way. Before danger arises, we have to practice Dhamma. Then we can face the danger bravely, boldly, fearlessly. Therefore, meritorious devotees, Dhamma friends, the teacher, our great teacher, has taught us about the danger of the entire samsaric life. Because this has started, we cannot actually imagine when this samsara started and when it ends. But one thing is quite clear, that is, if we eradicate all the defilements, then samsara is no more. That means we put ourselves out of the way. Then our samsaric life is over. Others are going and going. We end. Now, most important thing is salvation, emancipation, freedom is at our hand, not in any other god or under a powerful god's authority, not like that. It is in our hands. What we have to do is we must practice Dhamma. We must practice Dhamma. We have to follow Dhamma. The main thing in the Supreme Buddha's teachings is, first and foremost, you have to take refuge in the Triple Gem wholeheartedly. Now, people are not worrying about what is happening. Now, they just have fear. They are afraid. But later on, they forget about it. Only 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks time that prevails. Then later on, they become common. The fear become common, and they just continue with what they have been doing. They don't want to practice Dhamma. This is so about the world too. Therefore, meritorious devotees, Dhamma friends, those who are watching the program, without any danger, you have to follow the Dhamma. You take refuge in the Supreme Buddha, having known 9 qualities of the Supreme Buddha. Always reflect on that. Suppose you are traveling in an aeroplane, you are reflecting upon the Supreme Buddha's 9 qualities. Suddenly you have to face death due to coronavirus, but you will be born in a pleasurable plane due to the pure mind. Because when you are reflecting on the 9 qualities of the Supreme Buddha, your mind becomes pure mind becomes fear, and then you will be able to get a pleasurable place to be born. And that is what is important. Now death is there. Even if we don't die due to virus or due to accident, due to any other thing, one day we have to die. This is not the first time that we are going to die. And this is not the first time that we face death. Millions and trillions of times in the samsara, we face death. Sometimes we face death as a being in the hell, as a being in the hell. Sometimes we face death as a buffalo, as an ox, as a cow, as a pig, as a cock, as a goat, as a fish, as a worm, as an ant. Like that we face death in the samsara millions, trillions of times, as a man, as a woman. That's what happened during the long period of samsaric life. Therefore, death is something very, very, unavoidable thing till we attain Nibbana. Certain. Death is certain. Life is uncertain. Therefore, we are living in uncertain world. In order to make it certain, we have to practice Dhamma. So, first and foremost, having known 9 qualities of the Supreme Buddha, having known 6 qualities of the Sublime Dhamma, having known 9 qualities of the Noble Sangha, we have to take refuge in the Triple Gem wholeheartedly. Then we must practice Sila, charity, especially Sila. That means our conduct, our verbal conduct and physical conduct, basing on mental support, good support. So, wholesome actions, wholesome thinking. It gives power for us to have a good conduct. Then we do not want to tell lies and slandering, frivolous talk, harsh speech. We do not want to continue. Then we restrain ourselves, our faculties, and we want to then our bodily bad actions we can control. We do not want to kill animals. We do not want to engage in sexual misconduct. We do not want to steal things or others' possessions. Therefore, meritorious devotees, first and foremost, the Sila aspect should be completed. In order to complete Sila aspect, you have to have unshakable confidence or saddha towards the Supreme Buddha. You have to believe what is called omniscience of the Supreme Buddha, sabbanyuta jnana, because the only teacher in the world who knew everything is the Supreme Buddha. That is sabbanyuta jnana. And then meritorious devotees, you have to practice samadhi. Samadhi is concentration, basing on what is called samatha and vipassana. There are 2 types of meditations. Now, samatha, which helps you to especially control your mind. There are various objects to practice. One object is, Buddha Anusati, then Maitriya. And these are protective objects. Buddha Anusati Mettacha Asubhang Maranasati. Itima Chaturarakha Bhikkhu Bhaveya Silava. This helps for us to practice Sila also. So Buddha Anusati. It is a kind of meditation or meditative object you can practice in order to calm your mind. Make your mind quiet. Make your mind still. There is samatha. And vipassana, insight meditation. Therefore, meritorious devotees, mettacha, loving kindness, is a very great meditation. Buddhanusati mettacha. Then asubha, falllessness. Oh, we call it obnoxious things, concentrating on obnoxious things of the body. And also maranasati, contemplation of the death. So, buddhanusati mettacha asubha marana. These meditative objects are helpful for us to still our mind, make our mind quiet, calm. So, samatha. When your mind is still, calm, quiet, it is appropriate for us to know the real knowledge, real understanding of the world. That is insight. That means now eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, these faculties are there. But we do not understand the reality in that. We just understand surface level things. But when we have insight, then we go deeper into that. Then we understand eye is impermanent, ear is impermanent, nose is impermanent, tongue is impermanent, body is impermanent, mind is impermanent. Now that is insight. That is insight. In order to have insight, you have to have concentration, samadhi, and then prajna. Then it comes to wisdom. Therefore, all these things, meritorious devotees, Dhamma friends, you must, your approach should be a spiritual one. Material approach is necessary. I mean, it is also essential for living a life, but it is temporary. It is temporary. Material approach is temporary. So, spiritual approach is permanent. Therefore, we have to select a spiritual approach. And now we are afraid of coronavirus and these diseases, but till we go in the samsara, we have to always be afraid of. Always be afraid of. But if we put an end to this samsara, no fear. No fear. Because eternally we end fear. End fear. Therefore, in order to eternally end this fear of death, fear of diseases, fear of other, various suffering and all the things, we have to attain Nibbana, final emancipation, final goal. Therefore, this Dhamma discourse, now I wanted to emphasize, I am very, we have to especially bless. One patient has been now known from Italy, from Sri Lanka for the first time, who contracted this disease, And we wish her all the best, especially to get cured as early as possible. And we got to know from social media and media, especially on Rupavahini and all that, on news, how she talked to us and her voice, and this she understand. When we get this type of dangerous situation, then we become destitute. However, you have to be powerful. You can be powerful if you are confident in the triple gem. Seeing, death, you are not fear. You are not afraid. You are fearless. You become fearless. You face death fearlessly because you know exactly where are you going to be born again. Therefore, if you actually have confidence in the triple gem wholeheartedly, whenever you die, you will be born in a pleasurable plane. Unfortunately, basing on material things, people betray this triple gem. That is a very, very sorrowful condition. However, I especially emphasize on that factor. Don't betray this triple gem. Always be with triple gem, and that will give you satisfaction eternal satisfaction, and ending of this dangerous sansaric life. Therefore, may you all be able to lead a successful life with good health, and especially chant those sutras, Ratana Sutra, Kanda Pirita, Gulimala Pirita, and all that with your family members. Always, wherever you work, wherever you go, even if you are traveling in an aeroplane, aircraft, you chant this, and most probably you will be able to get a very, very good protection. Therefore, may you all be able to protect yourself from these dangers, and may you be able to practice sublime Dhamma and attain Nibbana within the regime of Gautama Buddha Sasana. May the noble triple gem bless with you all. Akasatthaja Bhummatta Devanaga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chiranrakantu Buddha Sasanang. Akasatthaja Bhummatta Devanaga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chiranrakantu Buddha Desanang. Akasatthaja Bhummatta Devanaga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chiranrakantu Mam Paranti. May you all be well and happy.